we should get to the evaluations.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I'm going to leave with you need a blue or black pen or felt tip. You can't use like a color like this. Use quill and ink, I think, as long as it's blue or black.
I should probably stop recording during this part.
Yes, you really don't. All right. You ready, Liv? Where is she?
I'm right here.
Oh, you're here. Okay. Okay, bye, all.
What's this room called?
This is CCS 1001.
Oh, my butt.
We just want to let you know that everybody, you're going to get an A.
Aww.
Wait, but guys, what is this room informally called? Like
Southside Theater.
Southside Theater.
That's the one.
Thank you. Okay.
I had so many more pens than this. What happened?
I'll be out here.
I'm trying to tighten this. You don't have to read this shit, just hand out the papers. Where is... I don't know if there's a hole for this. Oh, there is.
There's always a hole.
There's always a hole.
There's a hole in the
And there's a hole in there.
There's a hole.
Oh god, the sound. Ah, I've been fucking with the Zoom.
I need a hard shirt this.
Say something to the camera.
Sup, y'all?
I love your hair.
Thank you.
It was in my pocket.
Oh wait, should we like position our projects or whatever? Like whatever we is like an art gallery.
Yeah.
You just write the title of the class.
Guys, I'm gonna read you the number that's on here. It's so long. I'm sorry. It's like 1,000 numbers. It's showing 4. And they said it was at least 1,000.
I'm just gonna put it down.
Yeah. It's 206. Wait. It should be like ACT. ACT 300460043. That's so weird. No.
Does anyone have an extra?
No, that's the subject number. You need to like. Oh yeah, they're done. Oh yeah, it should just. That's so wrong. What? All right, I'm writing creative expression.
You better leave a good review.
Don't take my gut.
What gut? You better shut up. Food. Is there an extra one?
Of the course evaluation? There should be.
Hello.
Alright, so, hi everybody. Hi. I'm sorry I was late.
You're okay.
Excellent. So, for my final, I decided to blend, bend, or break something and take the poem that I had written. That was a story about basically me and my children get lost, and turn it into a children's book. So the poem had 24 stanzas, and I illustrated each stanza. So it's actually all hand done. Instead of doing anything digitized, I use a light table. So any scenes that were repeated, I just use a light table to kind of go over. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So these are the original drawings, and then I scanned the drawings in to add the words to them. So I'll pass around the original drawings so you guys can see them. And I guess, can I read this very briefly? Sure. see if I could do this. And apparently doing a wise witch's children. Story and illustration by Pico Lowenstein. So, once upon a dreary day, 3 children chose to walk this way. Down a path fraught with fright, they trembled and clutched their light. Upon a large rock they found, only a mere inches from the ground, a glowing, precious little fairy who seemed quite tired and weary. She has a slight whisper voice and spoke in hushed tones of her choice to grant the children's wildish wish or become a witch's special dish. The witch, you see, was not vile. She had waited patiently for a while for her 3 angels to return. For this she did indeed yearn. They wandered far from home one day and had completely lost their way. The witch sent minions high and low to track the path where they did go. Once found, she hatched a brilliant plot to teach wise lessons on the spot. Quietly she watched them from afar, hovering and helping like a guiding star. Guiding them to this very spot, she unleashed her brilliant plot, with the help of her niece, the fairy, who was still quite tired and weary. The fairy whispered, "Hello, my friends, you have come to your journey's end, and now the time has come to see what you have chosen to ask of me. A wish for each I will grant, as instructed by my great aunt. We will see what you have learned, and through your choices, what you've earned." She gestured first to the oldest boy, who was laden with many a toy, all which buzzed and sounded with delight, but too much does not always seem right. The choice you make will pave the way. Think carefully to play or pray to find something greater from this adventure you took and those you miss. The boy, quiet, lost in thought of all the things to be bought, the things that buzzed and things that glittered, things not cherished but simply littered. Realizing then what he longed for, he braced himself for what was in store, held his breath and closed his eyes. His wish magically materialized. A bold door stood before him, so colorful it seemed quite loud. A bold door stood before him proud, so colorful it seemed quite loud. Through this door you must go. What is waiting for you? Through this door you must go see what is waiting for you 3. Before it next we must go ask our girl, is she truly ready to take a whirl? What wish will fill her deepest heart, one that will give her a brand new start? Covered in glue, glitter, and paint, this artistic girl looked almost faint. Possibilities circled round and round, quite still then without making a sound. She thought of what she truly desired, the one thing that stoked the fires of all that made her who she was. She closed her eyes and heard a buzz. Suddenly, and much to her surprise, she looked left and let out many sighs, for there next to her was her older brother, who was usually quite a pain and bother. Before and next we must go again, and ask my last little one then, what is his splendid greatest dream? His wish is my pleasure to deem. This tiniest bear, all puffed up proud, did not hesitate but spoke clear and loud. There is only one thing that I wish, closing his eyes tight. There is only one thing that I need, closing his eyes tight with great speed. With a sparkle and a chime, he knew what to do. He opened his eyes and ran right on through, grabbing his brother and sister on the way, apologizing because they could not stay. Home was the one and only place, and with it came a very special face. With a smile as bright as a sunny day, there simply could be no other way. The witch opened her arms and wrapped up her children in all of her charms. The fairy flowed close behind, with kisses and hugs, all in kind. The things we often think we need are not quite what they should be indeed. A simple hug, a simple kiss, a mother's love is simply bliss.
I'm ready.
Oh, I'm all ready.
Okay. So, another thing about my boyfriend, surprise, surprise. But so, this is a poem that I started like right after we broke up. And I was like very angry and emotional and upset. And then we got back together, and so I finished it when we got back together. So I edited it a little bit because I thought it was kind of mean and like personal. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. It's called These 3 Weeks Without You. Let a writer love you, they say, and you will live forever. And I want you to. And these words, and these ones I will say and speak and scream and cut and bleed into a renaissance where I am no longer the child of your love, but alive in a city where the only burning will be done when I choose to strike the fucking match. You can live in your own distrust of me, the woman you made love to first. I won't be last. I won't be anything but the entirety of your past. The past I unpacked and loaded into myself, this body. It is filled to the brim, and I am tearing at the seams with your childhood. The way you live, so unsaid, and the said is only actually ever said by me, when I am wet not from your loving me with your mouth, or kissing me where my skin is bruised, but wet from the salt water. Of all of these oceans, you let me suffocate beneath. And these oceans, they only ever have high tides. Where I am weak, they push, they pull. They are crushing down on my joints, and there is an ache all over, especially within my chest. And you told me, Hannah, you are allowed to swim, you know, but only if you do it on your own. After all, it's your ocean anyways. Unassisted, uncared for, they say women like me, we don't learn. We look for something broken and break ourselves down to fit into the cracks. Crack me open, it's so simple. I'm raw with the world, but I'm rawest with you. And you lived within walls I can never break. No, crack you open, I cannot. My bedroom walls will forever be off-white. You say you don't notice things like that. They're just details. They're not the goal, not the main picture. It's just not what you're here for. And of course, that friend of mine, she complimented me on my hair because she's a woman. And of course, my father sees that I'm wearing makeup because he's a photographer. Your hair, you don't like it touched. And the way I traced my fingers along your body made you uncomfortable because it was so delicate, it was itchy. You harbor disdain for my delicacy, but even more for my fire, my passion, my burn, my flame. I'm scratching myself, I am peeling off my skin, I'm shedding the blood that's dried over my eyes and blinded me from loving the world shamelessly. I deserve to be naked in it again and not apologize for breathing in its beauty. And now I stand here with you, not only my shadow, but my right hand, my pulse. My heartbeat is aligned with the inhalations you take as we look at each other, no longer in separation, but in newfound togetherness. We do not speak, just grasp one another and take back the minutes, the hours, the days we spent trying to erase what we both knew could never really be gone. This time around, you say, you want to feed my flames and my fires, and you want to shade in my hues and make them even brighter. Outline the patterns to which you once were blind, maybe even ink them into your own canvas. You are not like you used to be. Open now, I can fit all of myself into you. No piece of me will be left behind. You are pale, I want to cast the sun on you. I want to tell her you need her to kiss your body and love you up enough to make up for the weeks where I wasn't able to. You have been writing about me, and even brushing your teeth without my reminders. Your face is wet in a way I am familiar with, and in your oceans, in this saltwater burn, I will swim alongside you until we are both dry, until we both come home.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so it is untitled. This was like very out of my range for what I normally paint or the way I approach art. For one, I used acrylic paint, and I would say it was like a freestyle. So I was basically just expressing, trying to tap into old emotions of mine, like not present emotions in my conscience, but like trying to find something within me that I could express in a new way that I thought I had forgotten about. Also, it's like a spin-off of a series I did last year, where it was just like a whole bunch of paintings where I incorporated blue as the main color. So I tried to return back to that and see what extension of it I could make. So this was one of the original paintings I did last year. So you can see like a similarity between the two. So there's the same main character, the evil guy. Which is like, honestly, sometimes I try to connect the characters in my paintings to what is reflecting my real life. So just as a prediction, it could potentially be my ex-boyfriend or my dad, but I couldn't tell you guys. This is me. This is also me. And that's what I have for you guys.
Yeah.
You're all good.
So basically, I've been working on like a project, like an album. I'm doing like 3 EPs. It's a 3-part album, and basically the concept for the album is love in like relation to technology, and how like that's the theme, how technology affects love, either through like social media or like TV, what we consume, media, and so yeah, I'll explain these pictures. This one, I actually showed you guys this song last time. We shared songs. Basically, I wanted to use like the whole Polaroid concept, and like me talking about like love and technology. I also want like, I've always been fascinated with the idea of like how people communicate or like got into relationships or talk to each other before there was cell phones and social media. So a lot of the pictures I'm gonna use for like the artwork of the songs is gonna be like Polaroids and stuff, like older retro technology. So that's why I have like the whole like Nintendo with the big TV that probably no one ever has now, the flat screens. And yeah, and then this is like promotional picture. But these two are like the cover arts from the 2 songs I'm dropping. It's a 2-song EP. And I'll actually play a snippet for you guys. Elevate me, I need motivation. Why you playing? Got me impatient, yeah. Can't believe anything that you say, yeah. Really had me looking dumb for a second. And when I get emotional, it's cause I don't really know if I should let you go. You got me feeling so low, but I don't wanna feel this no more. I don't wanna feel no. I don't wanna feel this no more. I don't wanna feel. Why'd you play me like a GameCube? Got me feeling so used right now. I wish I never loved you. I should've only hit you for the pipe down. Why'd you play me like a GameCube? Got me feeling so used right now. I wish I never loved you. I should've only hit you for the pipe down. I said I should've only hit you for the pipe down. I said I should've only hit you for the pipe down. Felt all alone, so that's all you guys got for that. I'll be dropping that like probably this weekend or sometime very soon. And you guys heard this again, but I'll play it again. So. Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, everywhere. This song I showed you guys before. I'm gonna play a little bit of it again. It's dropped, so please check in Apple Music, like I said, Spotify. I hope you find the love that that you've been looking for. Cause I don't want to see you hurt no more. No, 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 no. I hope you find the love that you've been looking for. Cause I've been searching for this love way too long. I hope you find the love that you've been looking for. Cause I don't want to see you hurt no more. No, 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 no. I hope you find the love that you've been looking for. Cause I've been searching for this love way too long. Just love yourself, just love yourself, just love yourself. Just love yourself, just love yourself, just love yourself. Just love yourself, just love yourself, just love yourself. Just love yourself, just love yourself, just love yourself. Tell me how you supposed to love me if you don't even love you. You don't even love you. Telling yourself lies, telling yourself lies. And I don't even know what's true. I don't even know. I hate that I love you. I hate it, I hate it. Why do I still care for you? Next time I'll be careful. I just gotta play cool. I just gotta play cool. I'll give you my time and your space, but don't waste my energy. Don't waste my energy. You run through my mind every day. I swear I'm losing my sanity. But you pushed me so far away. Probably wasn't even meant to be. No, no. If I ever fall again, I'ma lose what's left of me. Just love yourself. Just love your.
I was only able to do one, and that's, I redrew this one. But this is the original, just so you have it for reference. These are my book characters. This one right here is the main character, Dina, D-I-N-A, that's her. And that one next to her is her quote-unquote mentor figure, Rosalita. As you can probably tell from the face, it's not like a very like buddy-buddy relationship. It's more just like, you're there. And I kind of see myself into you, so I'm just going to make sure you don't die for a little bit, if that's cool. So it's the main character and the like mentor character of my book, which is called. I'm planning a series, and the series is called Vanguards. And the first book, I just actually came up with the subtitle for it. It's called Vanguards: The World Waits for No One, which plays into the whole theme of like, you know, take life by the cojones. You gotta be ready when your chance comes. So they're the main two characters. Go over here and. Oh, I kind of like zoomed in on it, so that there you go.
Them two there are the supporting protagonists. They're sort of in a quote-unquote alliance with Dina for the book. That one right there is Najida. She's the quote-unquote the cool one of the group. She's like the muscle, I guess. Very powerful magic user. She's got a sword. Swords are cool. Isn't that cool? And that one up there is Tala. She is a lesbian.
Nice.
Yeah. And you can probably tell where her interest is just by the fawn and her gaze right there.
Gaze.
Yeah. Gaze. Yeah. Need to go around. And I have one more pick that I commissioned of a pair of supporting protagonists. That is Maria Quijana, and on the left and on the right is Ocelio Donata. They're sort of your classic like dumb guy, smart guy, always at each other's throats, always sniffing and picking at each other pair of people. Which it doesn't help that they end up having to work together throughout most of the book. So they're just always just at each other's throats, I guess. And that is all three of the pictures that I paid my friend online to do.
turn this on its side. But I redrew that first pick. I'll go back just so you see if you got the reference.
You could also change the screen orientation so you don't.
How do I do that? Is this? Is that it?
It's scrambly.
That's that.
Keep filming, John, whatever you do.
Don't
Yeah.
stop filming. We do it in one take.
Oh my god, super.
I'm just doing close-ups of the people's faces.
Yeah. Gonna let the YouTube video play in the background. We're not even gonna see it coming.
Well, you better be careful.
I can just hold it on its side.
I wouldn't.
Okay. That's
We can all turn our heads. Yeah.
alright.
Oh, thank God, there's nothing that bad in there.
Okay.
We tried. We did our best.
That's fine.
There you go, there you go.
That's the limit of my artistic talents. I got the colored pencils from Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. There it is.
I have a question.
What is your question?
You like so you design the character, like you tell them what you want the characters to look like.
Yes, I was very picky.
Okay.
So yes, these are exactly how I pictured them in my head before I got it drawn out.
Would you say it's executed like to the T?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Vanguard's the world waits for no one. Coming sometime whenever it comes.
Okay, so I'm going to be doing another musical performance. And we're doing another song from Heathers by the same character. It's much earlier in the show where Veronica has just met JD at school because he punched out an asshole and she was immediately like, oh my God, take me. So she wants to know more about him, so she follows him outside of school, and the song Freeze Your Brain is him basically introducing himself to her long before he breaks into her house with a gun to try and get her to bomb their school with him. Yeah. It started out so nice. I've been through 10 high schools. They start to get blurry. No point planting roots, cause you're gone in a hurry. My dad keeps 2 suitcases packed in the den, so it's only a matter of when. I don't learn the names, don't bother with faces. All I can trust is this concrete oasis. Seems every time I'm about to despair, there's a 7-Eleven right there. Each store is the same, from Las Vegas to Boston. The million aisles that I love to get lost in. I pray and my altar is slush. Yeah, I live for that sweet frozen slush. Freeze your brain. Start that straw, get lost in the pain. Happiness comes when everything numbs. Who needs cocaine? Freeze your brain. Freeze your brain. Care for a hit? Is your mom doing all that crap? Not anymore. When mom was alive, we lived halfway normal. Now it's just me and my dad. I learned to do pasta, I learned to pay rent. When the world doesn't owe you a cent, you're planning your future more pain. Forget who you are, unburden your load. Forget in 6 weeks, you'll be back on the road. When the voice in your head says you're better off dead, don't open a vein. Just freeze your brain. Freeze your brain. Don't freeze your brain. Try it.
That I've been working on for a while that I wanted to add. So I have my two of my majors here, I guess. And I have my economics major and my American major. I also have My Hero Academia, which you will also see as part of my other because it's amazing. I have Harry Potter because Harry Potter is also amazing.
Yes, fuck it up.
And the Slytherin house flag because I'm a Slytherin. Woo! I have a picture of my girlfriend and I, and like the heart that she had attached to the Valentine's Day chocolate she had given me. And then I have a picture from Halloween where my girlfriend and both my roommates and I took a photo booth photo. Actually, we'll see here as far. But yeah. Yay.
Nice.
Woo. It's cool. Are we?
Yeah, I'm ready. You can go whenever.
So, initially I had called this like a collage sort of, but like there's no actual layers except in like the drawing wise, so I guess it's just a painting. But the way I saw it, I started off with one character. As several people have pointed out, it's Deku from My Hero Academia. And then my mind sort of drifts, so it kind of, I did a fade, like a fade, I guess, into like outer space, and then from there I did like several pictures, and then a classified folder from like NASA. You can sort of see it; it's kind of covered by the pictures, but yeah. And then the pictures ended up being outer space. This is Earth, the sun, and then the moon, and then I had the rocket over here. Like kind of passing through each of the photos, but still like in outer space, and that's like why I did like a fade effect by the flames over here. So yeah, that's my project.
I'm probably the least artsy person in the entire class, or the only not artsy major. How about that? So I drew a painting. I painted a painting. So I tried to make it as artsy as possible. So I learned how to paint first, and like I learned how to paint through making this painting. I learned like techniques that I didn't know about. I used acrylic paint because it was the cheapest in the store. My paintbrush was, I forgot the name of it now, but it was a really nice paintbrush. And yeah, so I'll just show it to you guys, I guess. It's my boyfriend's big head, just so you guys know who's in the painting. So I learned how to do little fade thing. Who did it? Somebody did it in purple for their project.
Amber.
Yes, Amber. Somebody else did it. Who am I?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did like you too, Amber. But it was like I was like, ooh, that looks real nice. And then so I wanted to do that, and I kind of wanted to make it like red because he's my heart, but then like it went into yellow because I didn't like you can't go from red to any other color. And this little piano because pianos are classy. And that's it. So I did this thing where I extended the shadow of his head to like the border to make it all like 3D-ish. I thought that was really cool. I don't know, art technique.
Frame it.
We'll see.
Frame it,
I don't know if I want a big head. But yeah. Do you like it, Linda?
I do like it. Do you like it?
I do. I'm really proud of myself. Like I didn't even know I could paint.
I'm proud
But I
of you.
think it's okay.
Hi, Linda.
So I really liked the bend, break, blend assignment, so I want to do that again. I am creative writing and playwriting, screenwriting, and I have to take 2 playwriting classes, and I hate playwriting so much. Like every time I write a play, I just like want to turn it into a short story because I feel like it would be better. So I did that. I wrote this play for my playwriting 2 class, and I really liked what it was about, but I just hated the way it was as a play, and so I've just turned it into something that I like a little more. I'm trying to decide if I should like have us read the play and then I would read the story. The play's pretty short. It's like 6 pages. You know what? Yeah. Would 2 people want to like read in it? Cool.
How many do you need?
Only 2 people. That sucks, but the story's a little bit better. Okay, so character is Susie, 19 years old, Andrea's daughter, and Andrea, 40s, Susie's mother. Time, present day, place somewhere in the Arizona desert. Setting, Arizona desert off the side of the road, isolated. There is no trace of society around, only cacti, the sparse desert, and Andrea and Susie's station wagon. At Rise, the stage lights come on and we see Andrea and Susie sitting on the ground, leaning back against their station wagon. Susie is cradling a 3-legged dog in her arms. The dog is wearing a collar. Susie's gaze is fixed on the dog. She doesn't look away from it. Andrea stares off into the distance.
I had a dream about this once.
Really?
This exact thing. Well, it wasn't a full dream. It was more of just an image of you and I isolated in the desert, you cradling a 3-legged dog.
It was 3-legged and everything?
Yep, I remember specifically. Made us cry. He gives me these dreams.
Oh, not this again.
It's how he communicates with me.
Mom, you can't keep thinking about that. It's impossible.
Susie, come on. How else could the dream have been so accurate? He does it to warn us.
Mom, that's crazy. Stop it. I'm not gonna let you become crazy.
I know it sounds crazy, Susie, but there's just been too many coincidences.
Mom, stop.
The pink flowers that fall on my windshield whenever I drive by the old house.
There's a cherry blossom tree right near it. That's why
the rain always picks up the second I get indoors.
There aren't any coincidences.
I've had several other dreams come true.
You said they aren't full dreams, just images.
I've had several other dream images come through. True.
Mom, when people die, oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
Mom, when people die, they just die. And it's no different for Dad. Come on, we're atheists. Since when do you believe in the spiritual crap?
Pete, Susie looks back down at the dog.
You know, you shouldn't be so closed off to ideas like this. There's a reason why so many people believe in things, and I'll just say people I know who believe in things are a lot happier than people who don't.
I wish Dad was around to see you talking like this.
I wouldn't say he isn't around.
Andrea looks at the dog. Susie catches Andrea looking at the dog a beat.
Mom, do not say Dad is the dog.
I wouldn't be so quick to say that he isn't.
Mom, you're losing your mind.
I can even see it in his face.
That's impossible.
Why do you think I made us pull over in the first place? We've driven past several stray dogs in the past few hours and thought nothing of it. But something compelled me to stop for this one. It was like a voice was speaking to me. And before I knew it, we were on the side of the road, and I could see your father in his eyes, Susie.
Or maybe you just felt especially bad for this particular dog because it only has 3 legs.
No, that's not all, Susie. It's your father, I'm telling you. I can see it in the way he moves and that look in his eye. It's him.
Susie sighs, no longer having the energy to argue with her mother.
Okay, well, we still have to figure out what to do with him and how to get ourselves back on the road.
We have to take him with us.
Mom, he belongs to somebody else. He has a collar.
Oh, who could he belong to? There's no civilization out here for miles.
He probably ran away from home. A big dog like this could run for miles.
On 3 legs, Susie?
Well, that's not nearly as crazy of an idea as some of the things that you've been saying.
He was placed here for us, Susie. It would be unlikely for him to get here any other way.
Mom, I love you, and I understand that you're trying to hold on to Dad, but I'm not going to let you steal a dog because of it. We have to either leave him out here or bring him to a shelter or a police station or whatever turns up on the road first, because I just want to get to the Grand Canyon so we can spread Dad's ashes and get back home.
Think of what Dad would want us to do. All right, we'll turn him in somewhere.
Thank you.
But there's something I want to do first.
What?
Andrea gets up and grabs the urn of ashes from the back seat.
I want to leave some of him here. I think he would like that. We had good memories driving through here as a family.
You're right.
Just as Andrea begins to open the urn, the dog leaps up out of Susie's arms and grabs the urn out of Andrea's hands. He begins running away with it three-leggedly, then stops and plays with it like it is a toy. Susie stands up and they both stare at the dog, stunned as he runs away. Andrea motions as though she is about to bark after it, but Susie stops her.
Let him have it for a while.
Curtain closes. So yeah, another thing I'd never seen Mom drive so fast. I don't know what the rush was. I don't know what the rush was. There was nothing in the still desert to race against, and Dad wasn't becoming any less alive as his urn shook like a maraca strapped into the passenger seat. She wouldn't let me sit in the front with her. This was our last road trip as a family, and it had to be just like old times. But she was racing. She turned the entire Navajo Nation into a blur of orange with our increasing speed. It was no longer anything I could recognize from our past road trips out here, but maybe this too, like so much else in our lives now, had to be different. Mom, cruise control. I called from the back seat, afraid she would break 90. It was like I'd broken her out of a haze. You're right, sorry. She lowered her speed and turned on the cruise control. Dad stopped shaking. I sunk back into my seat, worried less but still worried. Mom gave me a lot of reasons to worry lately. It was hard not to worry about someone who had just lost their person in life. I'm afraid they'll catch up, her voice cracked. She was talking about Dad's family, his mother, father, brother, sister. I no longer called them what they were to me anymore, because they were nothing to me now. No longer my grandmother, grandfather, aunt, uncle. Just 4 people who wanted after everything that was ours, including him, because there was no will, and he and my mom were never married. Did you see what they wanted to turn him into? They wanted to have him made into an hourglass. Who wants to live a whole life and get turned into an hourglass? He would have hated that shit. They're not gonna catch up, Mom. They probably haven't even realized we took him yet. And even if they did, they don't know where we're going. Even if they knew that, they're still a full 3 days behind us. They could fly. There's no airports out here. We're isolated. Just relax. We're not too far. We'll spread him over the canyon as soon as we get there, and then that's it. It can't be undone. He'll be at peace. I tried my best to reassure her, but her eyes teared up. Mine almost did too. I'm starting to notice the rhythms of our grief. Whenever Dad is spoken of as unalive, we hurt. I hate those fuckers. The minute they walked through our door after he passed, they spoke of him like he was some business transaction. Just don't think about it, Mom. They don't have him. We do. I undid my seatbelt and reached up to turn the radio on. It was the Radio Classic station. They played old-time radio shows. We always listened to it on road trips. I went to change the station because I thought it would be too painful for Mom, but she pushed my hand away. I love this. I let her have it, even though they were already halfway through the show. It was some mystery about a missing piece of jewelry. I tried to make sense of what I had already missed from the plot as we cruised through the open, empty desert. Space break. Sitting on the floor of the desert off the side of the road made me realize that we had never gotten out of the car here before. We'd always just passed through, eager to get to the Grand Canyon. The gravel was warm and the sun beat down on us hard. Mom was running her hands through the fur of the dog she was now cradling. It was so dirty I couldn't even tell the breed. All I knew was that it only had three legs. I didn't think she should have touched him at all, let alone pull over for him as we were going 75 miles per hour in the open road. The pristine desert road now had skid marks. The dog didn't make a noise. It just settled into Mom like it had known her for its whole life. I had a dream about this once. Mom broke the silence of the empty desert, speaking without looking up from the dog. Really? This exact thing. Well, it wasn't a full dream. It was more just an image of you and I isolated in the desert, one of us cradling a 3-legged dog. It was 3-legged in everything? Yep, I remember specifically. It made us cry. We both looked into ourselves, taking notice that we weren't crying, growing wary that we now might. He gives me these dreams. Mom was always spiritual, verging on the point of complete insanity. I never knew where she got it from. No one else in our family believed in anything. We were all atheists. Mom wasn't spiritual in the sense of any established religion. Dreams and signs were her religion. And ever since Dad passed, she noticed signs more and more. Whenever a pink flower would appear on her car windshield, she would insist it was Dad. When I tried to explain that she was parked under a cherry blossom tree, she pointed out that there were no pink flowers on any other cars in the lot. She insists that the rain always stopped once she steps indoors because Dad knew she hated to get her flat-ironed hair wet. I never had the heart to tell her how ridiculous she sounded. I just let her have it. Mom, please don't start with this again. It's how he communicates with me. Mom, you know that's impossible. I started to grow frustrated. Susie, come on. How else could the dream have been so accurate? He does it to warn us. Mom, that's crazy. Stop it. I'm not going to let you become crazy. I know it sounds crazy, Susie, but there's just been too many coincidences. These aren't coincidences. I've had several other dreams come true. You said they aren't full dreams, just images. I've had several other dream images come true. Mom, when people die, they just die, and it's no different for Dad. Come on, we're atheists. Since when do you believe in this spiritual crap? Mom looked upset. I didn't mean to raise my voice at her. I hadn't spoken to her this way since before everything happened. You know, you shouldn't be so closed off to ideas like this. There's a reason why so many people believe in things, and I'll just say, people I know who believe in things are a lot happier than people who don't. She sounded closer to tears with each word. I wish Dad was around to see you talking this way. I wouldn't say he isn't around. Mom looked down at the dog. Mom, do not say the dog is Dad. She said nothing, just stroked its dirty fur harder. I got up and tried to take it out of her arms, but her hold on him was strong. Mom, come on, you shouldn't even be touching this thing, let's go. No, it's him, I know it. I can see your father in his eyes, Susie. She pulled it away from me and shielded it like I was someone evil, trying to take her dog or her husband away from her. Look at it, it's all dirty. You think Dad would get reincarnated into something so dirty? Wait, I'm gonna say that again. Look at it, it's all dirty. You think Dad would get reincarnated into some dirty, three-legged dog off the side of the road in the middle of the desert? He's on his way to the Grand Canyon just like we are. It makes perfect sense, Susie. I could tell that she wanted to take him with us, but before I had the chance to tell her that we couldn't, I noticed a pink flower on our windshield. I looked into the dog's eyes and saw nothing. I looked at the urn in the passenger seat, still shaking from the car having been pulled over so abruptly. I looked into Mom's eyes and saw the need in them. I didn't want to race any further, because the further we would go, the further away we would be from Dad having walked the earth. I looked at all the dream images around us and savored it for as long as I could.
Okie dokie, Wayne. Do what you need to do. Pretty sure it's pulled up on the projector.
Coming out.
Whoa, Wayne, where did you get there from?
From my underground lair. All right. Hello, everyone. Hi. Okay, so for my final project, I'm going to be showing you guys a short film I did for my Directing the Scene 1 class. So the thing about this movie, I had this movie in the works since my second semester here at Purchase, and I pitched it during my documentary filmmaking class during the second semester. And when I pitched it, I got a really good response, but I wasn't able to make it. So for my Directing the Scene 1 class, I wanted to pitch it, and I was fully expecting my teacher to be like, Wayne, what the hell is this? But he was like, I love this, make it. So I made it, and I had one of my actors in class. He wanted to do it, but the thing that happened was he had to drop out after I filmed his interview, which really got me panicked, because like, oh no, what am I gonna do? My actor just dropped out, what am I gonna do? So I contacted this one guy I know from PTV, his name's Dante. She knows him.
Dante?
Yeah.
Dante?
Yeah.
With that Dante's also in my project.
No, it's someone else. The thing is, now in the film minor, like in my class, whenever you bring up Dante's name, everyone's like, Dante, yes! Yeah, and everyone has a fan base. So I thought it would be really cool if I can get someone like him to cameo in my movie. I was gonna have him cameo as a guy with eggs. But because my main character in this movie is a strip of bacon, but you'll see. So I cast him, hey, people really like you and I wanted you to cameo in my movie, but my main actor left, so would you like to be my lead? And he's like, absolutely. So I got all the footage I could, and after I got my footage with him, I was planning on filming last week, but I couldn't get any equipment because, the film minor store is closed at this point, so no equipment. So I was panicked, but I knew a guy in my class who had a camera from CTS like that, and he could let me use it because I need him to help me film my movie. And he pretty much saved this movie. So what you're about to see is basically the footage I got with my original actor and the footage I got with my replacement. And yeah, I hope you enjoy what you see. Enjoy the trip. Okay, so can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Brandon Ezekiel Roberts. Most people just call me, B, or B squared, if you will.
Okay, so what are you?
Well, I'm a Sagittarius. My blood type is O negative. I'm 19. I'm a New Yorker and proud. But most importantly, I'm assuming this is what it's about, I am a strip of bacon.
So tell me, how were you born?
Well, now I'm here. It's pretty cool.
What was your childhood like?
I mean, it was a little difficult, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I had some good people in my life. My parents were very supportive. But, a lot of people wanted to eat me. I don't know if you know how popular bacon is. I actually found this bacon wallpaper. Yeah, it's insane. It's kind of insane, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. And it's a little upsetting. There are people who keep me down, but as a proud bacon American, I stand against that. So I'm actually a part of an advocacy group for, the rights of food, I'm the only person in that group, but we have rights, we deserve to be treated respectfully, and all the rights we don't have, we deserve, because everyone deserves rights and deserves to be treated respectfully, unless you're, like a cannibal or a Nazi, because those guys. Living food deserves rights. I'm, as far as I'm aware, the only living food. I don't have the rights that you do. So there's an event coming up called Culture Shock, and I think I'm going to attend this year. I want to make a stand for all food people. I want our voices to be heard, and I want to see some of my food people come out there and, really support the cause. I'm the only food person, as I said, which is really unfortunate. It's actually causing me kind of an existential crisis, bro. But, I'm not even going to lie to you. If there were other food people out there, they'd be pretty crash. So, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I heard he got a shave.
Let's do this.
Food is just like you! Yo, read the sign, man, read the sign. Food is just like you. Dude, watch out. Oh, does he walk and talk too? If your grapes talk, don't eat them. Food is just like you.
Hey, how about you don't tell me what to do?
I'm just trying to spread awareness, man. I'm a living piece of bacon. Be careful, we're sentient. Food is just like you. I'm a living piece of bacon. Please don't eat us. It's pretty entertaining. Food is just like you. Yeah, that's actually me as a kid. My parents really pulled through and survived with me. An apple a day kills my family. This is actually my friend Robert that passed away. Yeah, he got eaten. Five Guys burgers and fries, those bastards. I'm a sentient piece of bacon. I can walk and talk by a miracle of life. They like have feelings. I know them probably. Alpha, I got my eyes on you. You and your talking ice creams, man. Speak to your lemonade before you sip it. You're good with that rap, though. I don't see it talking or anything. You're good, guys. Is your cake talking? No? Good, good. Okay, I just wanted to check, because, you know, some of us, we have sentience, like bananas, an apple a day, keep the doctor away. It's kind of like, you know, it kills us. Like pork and meat and all that good stuff that you like. But, like, if it talks like me, like if your bacon's talking to you, it's probably a bad look. I wouldn't like it. I'm a living piece of bacon, so I'm just talking from experience. You know, it depends on the day. Today I'm not that crispy. Thank you.
So, how do you think Culture Shock went?
I think it went pretty good, honestly. I mean, there were a lot of good people. There were a lot of great people walking around and listening to me. They really got the message that me, a sentient bacon, is basically the same thing as their friend. And some people didn't really catch on that food is just like them, that they're like bacon and apples and grapes and other foods and such that are actually sentient and walk around and talk. But yeah, we just gotta roll with the punches, honestly. What do you think?
Well, if you ask me, I think you succeeded.
That's good to hear.
Last thing.
No, that's bacon. Is there somewhere we can watch the trailer? Bye-bye. Hi everyone. I did a music video, and since it's the final performance, I'm like in the music video, which is really weird because I've never done anything like that, and I'm not an actress and I don't like acting, but it was still really fun to do. And this is kind of, yeah, okay, it's about a really bad photo being taken of you, and then it's posted on social media, and you're trying to remove the tag, but the internet's real slow.
You've got to be kidding me. The picture you posted in this video that I really I was just going through something like this time, even just to write a piece. Sorry about time after all, but I told myself that I was never said to you so many. Sorry about
feel like she will always have like a place in my heart, just because her situation and like what she went through. And the craziest thing that she's like, I met her at my job, but I have never seen her again after that day. And I would like ask, oh, has she come in? Like, is she okay? Like nobody really knows. It was like nobody knew who she was. But yeah. So the first short story that I wrote about her, I felt like I kind of just did it just to do it, but I felt like I could have done a better job. So I decided to like write a different short story of what I expected her life to be kind of like. So I decided to focus on like how she felt when she found out that she has cancer. Okay. So it starts as I sit in the tub with water up to my throat, my eyes closed, deep in thought when I feel Ron staring at me. I open my eyes slowly and we just stare at each other. I can't help my eyes getting watery. I want to tell him everything. Our lives are going to change forever, but I don't want to ruin his night. I blink my tears away and get up. I hide my worries through my smile and I think I fooled him for a while. He smiles back and asks, Mama, are you okay? This time I can hide the tears. They roll down slowly. I get out of the shower as quickly as possible. How will I ever be able to tell him I have stage 2 cancer? I'm trembling as I wrap the towel around me. Of course, baby, I'm fine. Why aren't you sleeping? I turn around and hug him. Mama, I can't sleep. I had a nightmare. My heart breaks even more. I ask, do you want to sleep with me tonight? He nods his head and I walk out the bathroom. Why don't you turn on the TV while I change? I'm going to make us some hot chocolate. He screams yay and runs to the bed. The way his eyes smile warms my heart. As I leave to make the hot chocolate, I take a second to pray that my baby will always be okay. I feel warmth and I know that God's telling me he's going to take care of us. That's it.